Good afternoon. How about another round of applause for the Heidi Tidies? Thank you, Heidi Tidies. I am Letitia Long, the Rector of the Virginia Tech Board of Visitors. And on behalf of the board, welcome to a new semester and welcome to the continuing celebration of our university's sesquicentennial year. I want to express my deep appreciation to the entire Virginia Tech community for coming together over the past 2 years to keep our university strong, to advance our mission, and to maintain our culture of excellence and spirit of service. Faculty, staff, and students, thank you all for all you have done to keep the Virginia Tech experience alive, while also keeping each other and our community safe and healthy. As rector, and as a proud alum, it has given me great pride to see members of our faculty step up as leading national experts during this pandemic. I also want to thank our university leaders for their incredible work and determination. I am so proud of the way we have been able to maintain our momentum on key strategic priorities, such as our growth in Alexandria, Roanoke, and right here in Blacksburg. I truly appreciate the university's friends, partners, and the Commonwealth of Virginia for providing critical support for our mission. And finally, I want to recognize President Sands for his calm and thoughtful leadership and his unyielding commitment to our vision for the university's future. Please join me in welcoming Virginia Tech's 16th President, Tim Sands.
Thank you, Tish. Good afternoon. Thank you, Heidi Tidies, for another great performance, and thank you, Tish, for that kind introduction and your leadership. And thank you to our Board of Visitors for serving the university and the Commonwealth with such dedication and commitment. I especially want to recognize board members Ed Bain, Melissa Nelson, and Preston White, who are here with us this afternoon. And welcome everyone. It's great to be here in person together again. And I also want to welcome everybody joining us online. That's one of the significant outcomes of the past 2 years. We now live in a hybrid world. This presents some interesting opportunities as we explore the future of teaching and learning, research, and community engagement at Virginia Tech. For those of you here in person, thank you for continuing to protect yourselves and others by wearing masks and getting your vaccinations and boosters. In my message last week, I highlighted 2 important phases of our efforts to mitigate the impact of COVID-19 by protecting our healthcare system and those among us who are at higher risk of serious disease. The first phase is underway now, and that is dealing with the current surge of the Omicron variant in Virginia and around the country. The second phase is our transition to treating COVID as an endemic disease. Thanks largely to our high vaccination rate of 95%, our university community has not burdened our local healthcare systems. In fact, our testing, sequencing, and rapid mutational analysis have been utilized widely in Virginia to help manage the pandemic. Although the behavior of the SARS-CoV-2 virus cannot be accurately predicted going forward, we have learned over the past 2 years how to optimize the balance between virtual and in-person operations. We know now that in-person learning is critical to achieving optimal learning outcomes, particularly for undergraduates. We have done the experiment. We've also learned that many of our core services are improved by virtual provision, and the flexibility that our virtual capabilities provide is valued by employees and by students. Universities learn, that's what we do, and we have never learned so much in such a short amount of time. As we look forward, I want to recognize the incredible work and commitment of everybody who got us this far. There are too many people to mention them all by name this afternoon, but I do want to recognize Mike Mulhare. Mike has managed our COVID response for nearly 2 years, dedicating hundreds of hours to keeping our campus safe. Thank you, Mike. And I also want to express my appreciation on behalf of the university to the New River Valley Public Health Task Force and Dr. Noel Bissell, the director of the New River Health District. Dr. Bissell has been an outstanding partner and has done an exceptional job of leading our region's public health response to the pandemic. As we begin a new calendar year, I'm pleased to welcome some new leaders who have joined the university over the past year. Lindsay Belshea joined us as Vice President for the Enterprise Administrative and Business Services. Elizabeth McClanahan, former Justice of the Supreme Court of Virginia, joined the university community late last year as CEO of the Virginia Tech Foundation. Amy Surprenant was appointed Dean of the Graduate School just a few months ago. I also want to congratulate and thank Dwayne Pinkney, who is leaving Virginia Tech to become Executive Vice President for Finance and Administration at Indiana University. Dwayne helped us accomplish a great deal during his time here, and we'll definitely miss him. But I appreciate the attraction of a leadership role at a university with over 90,000 students and 9 campuses. We wish Dwayne and Sandra the best. You will always be Hokies. Athletics welcomed a new football coach this year, and we want to wish Coach Brent Fry the very best as he prepares to lead the Hokies onto the field at Lane Stadium for the first time this fall. Our student athletes embody the values to which we all aspire: teamwork, discipline, and commitment to a goal. They are also recording their best academic performances ever, with 18 of 20 teams earning a 3.0 or better average GPA this past fall. That's worth a round of applause. Their example shows the rest of the world what it means to be a Hokie. Congratulations to Athletic Director Whit Babcock and his team for their outstanding work. 2022 is a special year for Virginia Tech. We are celebrating our sesquicentennial. This is a time for looking ahead to the future as we also look back and learn from our history. As we consider our history, it's important to understand how the roots of this university stretch back before our establishment in 1872. We recognize the spirit and vision of those who sought to uplift the Commonwealth and nation by expanding access for higher education through the Morrill Act. We also recognize the impact this had on Native nations and enslaved people and their land, labor, and resources. It's important to learn from our history and broaden our impact going forward by expanding opportunities for underserved communities and advancing a more diverse, equitable, and inclusive community. As I walk across our campus, I can imagine what it must have been like 150 years ago, especially when the Corps of Cadets are marching on the drill field. Though, even with all this history around us, Virginia Tech doesn't feel like an old university to me. In fact, it doesn't feel a day over 52. This June will mark 52 years since Virginia Tech officially became a comprehensive university. This makes us a very young university compared to our land-grant peers. 1970 marked the beginning of Virginia Tech's rapid development into a nationally recognized research university. Today, in 2022, I believe we stand on the cusp of our next great opportunity to become a leading global research university with highly integrated learning, discovery, and engagement mission. An institution respected for our inclusive, service-oriented community and recognized as a top destination for the world's best talent. Nearly 7 years ago, we began a thought exercise thinking about Virginia Tech's future beyond our preconceived boundaries. Where has that beyond boundaries vision taken us? Our focus on flexibility, agility, and capacity to respond to unexpected circumstances has been a significant advantage as we've successfully managed through the pandemic. A rapid transition to remote and hybrid operations kept the university open, and what we learned has advanced our virtual infrastructure and will keep our community connected as the university grows and expands across the Commonwealth. Our ability to rapidly mobilize laboratory resources to develop testing and surveillance capabilities was important for our campus and for the Commonwealth. It demonstrated the real-time impact that university research can have on communities. Our bold and future-focused planning meant we were ready when the Commonwealth came looking for a higher education initiative that would help attract Amazon HQ2. We've not only broken ground on the Innovation Campus, we're welcoming new commitments from key partners like Northrop Grumman and Boeing. It also brought us leadership roles in the Commonwealth Cyber Initiative and Tech Talent Initiative. I think we can all be proud of the way Virginia Tech has worked to support and strengthen the Commonwealth and the communities we serve. Our Beyond Boundaries vision and your hard work and support brought record-breaking fundraising and engagement. Last week, we announced that our Boundless Impact campaign for Virginia Tech has surpassed $1 billion by the end of 2021. That's nearly 70% of the total campaign goal of $1.5 billion. Considering what has been happening in the world since we launched the campaign in 2017, this is remarkable progress, and the campaign will continue through 2027. Thank you to Vice President Charlie Flieger and his advancement team for their outstanding work, and thank you to all of you, our Hokie family, for your support. During my first address to the university community, I set a goal to double the endowment from $800 million to $1.6 billion by 2022. We surpassed that goal last year. At the end of 2021 fiscal year, our endowment was $1.69 billion. The endowment is critical to Virginia Tech's financial resilience, supporting access and affordability for students, as well as attracting and retaining faculty who are sought out by institutions worldwide. Now, $1.69 billion sounds like a lot of money, but given Virginia Tech's aspirations and scale, it is only a fraction of what we need to reach our goals. While the resources we receive advance our institution, it's the engagement of our alumni and friends that give us the momentum we need to ensure that we will continue to advance in the future. Our alumni giving rate hit 20% last year, and we're on track to hit our very ambitious target of 22% this year. 22% is remarkable. According to U.S. News, the average alumni giving rate of the 1,451 colleges they track is 8%. 3 years ago, we were at 13%. This goal requires constant attention as we add thousands of new alumni each year. Hitting 22% this year puts us in an excellent position to set and maintain an ongoing goal of about 20% alumni engagement each year. Our alumni and friends are making gifts to Virginia Tech at record rates, eclipsing $200 million for the first time last year. They like what they see, and they're investing in our future. Along with growing our endowment, our alumni and friends are contributing their resources to advance every aspect of Virginia Tech, from access and affordability to faculty recruiting to athletics to facilities and academic programs. And the Commonwealth of Virginia continues to be an invaluable partner, supporting research, talent development, and growth. I'm spending a good bit of time in Richmond during the current General Assembly session, and I want to say how much we appreciate our elected leaders and legislators for understanding the value that Virginia Tech offers in moving Virginia forward. Thank you to everyone who's making a difference at Virginia Tech. One of our aspirations is a university that reflects the diversity of the Commonwealth we serve, providing access to underserved communities and expanding the pool of talent that we serve and develop. More than 20% of our entering class last fall, including transfers, were underrepresented minority students. That's up from 13% in 2017. Underrepresented and underserved students combined, which includes low-income, first-generation, and veterans, represented more than 39% of this last entering class. So we've almost hit our 2022 milestone of 40%. We're also very close to our 2024 goal of a 70% four-year graduation rate. Our 2017 entering cohort was at 69%, and the graduation rate for underrepresented minority students is within 2 percentage points of the overall rate. For reference, that gap was 12 percentage points in 2015. But we still have work to do. While the percentage of underrepresented minority faculty has increased from 6.6% in 2017 to 8.1% last year, we have a long way to go to match the makeup of our student body. The same goes for staff and AP faculty. Another goal we reached well ahead of schedule is our target of 30,000 undergraduate enrollment by 2023. We pretty much hit that goal in 2019, and we've been holding enrollment at 30,000 ever since, despite record-breaking numbers of applications each year. Our applications for this coming fall are in record-breaking territory again at more than 45,000. Our Corps of Cadets enrollment is up to 1,264, on track to reach our goal of 1,400 by 2023. As we hold enrollment growth in check, we are working to enhance our infrastructure, something you've all probably noticed as you travel around campus. Our goal is responsible growth and a campus with sustainable resources that can provide opportunities to as many qualified Virginia students as possible while maintaining the quality of the Virginia Tech experience. Campus infrastructure improvements include new residence hall space, enhanced dining, classroom and lab space, and hiring additional instructional and research faculty. At the same time, we're enhancing our environmental sustainability in keeping with our climate action commitment for carbon neutrality by 2030. It's also extremely important to support the most important part of the Virginia Tech experience, all of you. We wouldn't be here today without you. That's why we are launching our Better Together mental health and well-being campaign to make sure students, faculty, and staff have the tools they need to support their mental health. We're working to improve accessibility on campus and just announced the construction of 2 freestanding elevator towers to improve access from the new multimodal transit facility being built on Perry Street to the rest of campus. And the Virginia Tech Caregiving Initiative continues to focus on developing affordable and accessible childcare options for Hokie families. The safety of our community is our highest priority. Like you, I was deeply concerned by the episodes of sexual assault that occurred as we returned to in-person activities in the fall. It's unacceptable and counter to everything we value as a community. That's why I've established the Sexual Violence Culture and Climate Work Group to advance our commitment to end sexual violence and to improve our prevention programming. This includes establishing a culture of transparency that goes beyond existing federal and state requirements. We've always taken great pride in the spirit and strength of this community. Every Hokie, whether you learn, work, teach, and serve, has an important role to play. That's what we mean when we say this is home. And our home is getting bigger. We know that learning experiences can and should take place both in and out of the classroom and lab. We've seen the value of bringing key partners to our campus and taking our campus to them. And whether it's here in Blacksburg, in Roanoke, in the greater DC area, in extension offices, in ARECs, in hospitals and clinics, in Switzerland, or anywhere in cyberspace, we are one campus and one community. When we broke ground on the first building for the Innovation Campus last year, that was a win for all of us. While construction on Building 1 is underway in Alexandria, the Innovation Campus is also growing its Master's in Engineering programs. We currently have more than 200 master's students taking classes at our Northern Virginia Center as part of the Commonwealth's Tech Talent Investment Initiative. That's an increase over last year, more than 100%. We recently celebrated the expansion of Fralin Biomedical Research Institute at VTC in Roanoke. The COVID tests that helped keep our campuses open came from Fralin. They do this not only for our campuses, but for the Commonwealth as well. Thank you especially to Mike Friedlander, the Executive Director of the Institute, and Carla Finkelstein, Director of the Molecular Diagnostics Lab, for their ongoing efforts to keep us safe. They are also conducting rapid mutational analysis using the genome sequencing capabilities of the Fralin Life Sciences Institute in Blacksburg to detect emerging mutations and variants. We are looking forward to this year's grand opening of our research facility on the Children's National Research and Innovation Campus in Washington, D.C. This collaboration between Fralin, Children's National Hospital, and Johnson & Johnson's J-Labs is an unprecedented effort to transform pediatric healthcare research. The new Data and Decision Sciences building is nearing completion in Blacksburg. This is the first of several buildings that will make up the Global Business and Analytics Complex. This complex leverages the strengths of the Pamplin College of Business, the College of Engineering, College of Science, and other colleges and academic areas that are engaged in data analytics and decision sciences. Not far from that project, we're preparing the site to begin construction of Hitt Hall, which will be the home of the Myers-Lawson School of Construction and a new dining facility. And we ended last year with the exciting announcement of the largest gift from alumnus in our history. The $35 million gift came from Norris Mitchell and his wife, Wendy. It will launch the construction of a new building for the College of Engineering. When complete, the 284,000 square foot facility will be the largest building in Blacksburg. This spring, we also plan to reopen Holden Hall with more than 100,000 square feet of space for our mining and minerals engineering program and our materials science and engineering program. That's more than double the square footage of the original building. And while facilities are important, their value comes from the programs and the people that they support. Some of those programs span Virginia Tech's entire footprint. One particularly important example is our institution's commitment to education and entrepreneurship. Just this week, we announced that Virginia Tech received the top national award for entrepreneurship education from the United States Association for Small Business and Entrepreneurship. Accomplishments like this attract talent, partners, and a new investment that benefit all of us. Most importantly, entrepreneurship education and practice expand opportunities for impact and build career resilience for students, faculty, and alumni. Congratulations to the Department of Management in the Pamplin College of Business and their many partners, including the Apex Center for Entrepreneurs and the Innovate Living Learning Community, all of whom serve the university at large in this endeavor. There are other areas of our Beyond Boundaries vision where we've had success, and there are more challenges that we need to address. I encourage you to visit our strategic planning dashboard, which is still evolving to reflect our continuous planning process. I want to talk about one specific opportunity in the last few minutes of my address this afternoon. Our vision for the university's future is comprehensive and wide-ranging, and research is the fuel that will get us there. That's why our objective to become a top 100 global research university is a goal that touches everyone. Earlier this month, doctors in Maryland transplanted a genetically modified pig's heart into a man who was dying from heart disease. The organ came from Blacksburg, developed by Revivicor, a company that originated 30 years ago as a startup in the Corporate Research Center, launched by Virginia Tech scientist Tracy Wilkins. It demonstrates the value of research to the world when vision, persistence, and research translation lead to life-changing breakthroughs. And we're taking bold new steps that will advance our research goals. Late last year, we announced plans to further align our institutes and the Office of Strategic Alliances under the umbrella of the Office of Research and Innovation. This elevates and strengthens our research infrastructure in order to compete for top talent, develop necessary resources, and expand our relationship with key sponsors and partners. In keeping with Virginia Tech's passion for exploration and discovery, Dan Swee, our Senior Vice President for Research and Innovation, has worked with our faculty to identify areas of growth we call research frontiers. These frontiers focus on the intersection of humanity and technology, combining existing strengths with university partnerships to increase investment and impact. This includes the artificial intelligence frontier, which advanced last year with the naming and expansion of the Sangani Center for Artificial Intelligence and Data Analytics. We recently advanced the security frontier with the formation of the National Security Institute. The Institute brings together transdisciplinary researchers, programs, and resources that will integrate student experiences with leading-edge national security research at an unprecedented scale. And Virginia Tech Research is taking on some very exciting steps into the quantum frontier. This important field entangles several disciplines in our campuses in Blacksburg and Northern Virginia. It illustrates the strength we have when we approach opportunity as one connected campus across the Commonwealth. Last month, we announced a generous $12.5 million commitment from Northrop Grumman to support quantum education and research and the future creation of a Center for Quantum Architecture and Software Development at the Innovation Campus. And today, I'm very pleased to announce the launch of the Blacksburg-based Virginia Tech Center for Quantum Information Science and Engineering. This new center will focus on quantum research in complementary fields of quantum science and engineering, and will be supported by the strong engagement of our undergraduate students. Together, the new Quantum Center in Blacksburg and the Future Center in Alexandria will coordinate and elevate quantum research and education across the Commonwealth. This is a fitting example of the way our one-campus approach supports the entire university and the communities we serve across the Commonwealth. We're able to connect our faculty and research infrastructure in Southwest Virginia to the Commonwealth's educational and talent needs, as well as the interests and resources of key partners in the greater Washington, D.C. area. Dr. Sophia Okonomou is the founding director of the Virginia Tech Center for Quantum Information Science and Engineering here in Blacksburg. She's currently in California at a workshop with Microsoft and Google researchers. I've asked her to tell us more about the new center and why it's important for all of us.
Thank you, President Sands, for this opportunity to talk about the new Virginia Tech Quantum Information Science and Engineering Center. Quantum Information Science and Engineering is an exciting new field of research and technology that impacts many fields of critical importance, including cybersecurity, national security, and the economy. In terms of cybersecurity, quantum information can break the existing internet security protocols, but it also offers new approaches for secure communications. Medicine and other industries will also be impacted through the design of new molecules, drugs, and materials. And as a result of this promise, there's an intense worldwide effort in quantum information science and engineering to develop these technologies. In the US in particular, the federal government is making investments in the multi-billion-dollar level. And many of the leading tech companies, such as Google and Amazon, as well as defense companies, are making big investments themselves. At Virginia Tech, we already have a strong track record, both in terms of raising funding, as well as producing top-notch research output in this field. And this success forms a basis for our new Virginia Tech Quantum Information Science and Engineering Center, which brings together this great interdisciplinary talent we already have here at the university. What we think is unique in our center is the interdisciplinarity. We have faculty from 6 different departments who are quite closely knit and will become even closer through the center. We think that this is something unique in the country, and the new center will help us make even more progress in the field. In addition to research, we're also very excited about training the next generation of quantum information scientists and engineers. And we will achieve this through the minor degree, the new Quantum Information Science and Engineering minor degree we're developing, which draws expertise from faculty from 7 different departments and allows students to tailor their degree within the broad field of quantum information science and engineering. So with all that, we're very excited to go forward with research and teaching and make Virginia Tech a leader in this field.
Thank you, Dr. Economou. We are looking forward to hearing more about quantum research in the coming months. The importance of research to all of us as it advances our collective vision for the university can't be overstated. It's also a critical part of our role as a catalyst for economic development in the Commonwealth. Here's one recent example. In December, a coalition led by Virginia Tech was one of 60 finalists in the American Rescue Plan Build Back Better Regional Challenge. The theme of the proposed project is the future of logistics and transportation. We'll receive a $500,000 planning grant to compete for an ultimate award of up to $100 million. Virginia Tech has long been a leader in transportation research, helping the region attract major truck manufacturers as well as autonomous systems pioneers such as Torque Robotics and the Mid-Atlantic Aviation Partnership. A successful outcome will accelerate this region toward national leadership in the logistics and transportation industry. This is a pivotal moment for Virginia Tech. There are a handful of signature moments in our history that set our course and shaped our future. Our founding 150 years ago as Virginia Agricultural and Mechanical College. Our establishment as a comprehensive university a little more than 50 years ago. Our vision to become one of the country's leading research institutions articulated by Presidents Charles Steger and Paul Torgerson more than 20 years ago. And I believe this year, 2022, is one of those signature moments as we reach beyond boundaries to become a top global research university. Thank you for taking the time to be here this afternoon and for your commitment to Virginia Tech and our vision for the future. It's going to be a great year. So let's go Hokies! Thank you.